All right, welcome back. Get King.
We're back again.
Oh, no, good phone call. On the air, live.
Welcome back to the show.
I think you can take that.
Huh? No, it's all good. Early morning coffee, check.
Hell yeah, you need that.
Still waking up, check.
Up and about. Alrighty, let's get into the show today, guys. What are you going to talk about?
I want to talk about our title.
Oh, China's the New Black.
China's the New Black.
True.
We'll kick it off with that.
Alright, so my theory is that like black people have got to be like more. They got to be what do you call it? Grateful for the Chinese right now, because the Chinese are like taking the brunt of the racism.
Yeah.
Which is weird. That's like a new thing. That's this year. I don't know if you realized that, but have you realized? I don't know if you know any.
All through Sky News and through every news feed that I'm getting, with all the news videos, international news. It's all targeting China.
Yeah, and even when you talk to someone, like they'll be like, "Oh, Chinese can't trust them," or like you say something. Say if you hear someone that says something racist towards Chinese people, usually they get some backlash for it. And they're like, "Oh, what the hell? Like, you can't be racist towards." Like 5 years ago, I was like, "You can't be racist towards Chinese people." Like,
no, it wasn't the same. It wasn't the same sort of backlash you'd get with a black person.
No, you would though.
No, if with Chinese, you could you'd mimic maybe a Chinese voice, but you wouldn't get the same.
That's not even really racist though.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about like how the Chinese buyers used to go into Victoria and buy like all the houses.
Okay.
And then people are like, "Oh, people pissed off at them," and then people are like, "Oh, you can't be racist towards them." The same way as like when an Aboriginal person says, "Get out, we're full," and if an Aussie says it, it's usually to a Chinese person, and then people get pissed off at you because you're like the racist redneck who said it.
Yeah.
But nowadays, if you say something towards Chinese people like can't accept it, and like they're willing to go along with it.
Yeah.
Because upcoming war against China.
I don't know how much they own of Australia in terms of in terms of real estate, but I'd say it's a lot.
I don't know. There's moving in here, so it's interesting. But the point is, like, your race is being taught that it's funny because there's so much like focus on racism towards black people here.
Yeah.
Now that race towards Chinese people, I was like, what's the difference?
There's no difference.
Yeah, I know, but people act like there's a difference. Like, oh, you can't be anything racist towards black people
because it's new. Because to Chinese people it's newer now to people. Yeah. It wasn't a common thing. It was more common to be racist to black people. Now the new thing is to be racist towards Chinese people.
Yeah.
And it's more of an uproar. But soon it will be normalized
to the racist towards
Chinese people.
Yeah, 100%. It's already gone that way.
Yeah, to the point where you'll be shunned for even saying anything. You won't even say anything racist, but it'll sound like it's racist. It'll seem like it's racist to the people that are thinking about racism all the time.
Yeah.
And they can't get racism out of their head. I mean, who cares? Why doesn't everyone just accept everyone for who they are?
But they've already planned. This is the stuff because like how they say obviously Chinese people ate a bat. That's how Corona starts. That's how they put them in the back end of everyone's like pissed off at them already.
China are weird. China ate 100 different species of animals.
Yeah. And we're like, fuck, they started Corona.
Yeah,
why'd they have to do it? And
China are also one of the best. China are one of the best empires as well. One of the best countries in the world. Oh, probably is one. Probably the best country in the world.
High tier. But the point is, like how they started. This is how Corona, the conspiracy ties in. With Corona says like, you want to paint China as the bad guys.
Yeah.
So then that movie The Departed.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Good movie, bro.
Such a good movie. Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Next level, bro. Oh, did Mark Wahlberg in that movie?
Yeah.
Next level. But in that, he's like, 20 years of war of China. Mark Wahlberg says that's 2006. So 20 years, 2026, and it's predictive programming.
Yeah.
So they've already planned to have the war with China, which means they already planned to have COVID and all this stuff, which is interesting.
I just think if we strip back all the conspiracies, like what we're about to go.
No, bro. No, I wasn't going to get on the conspiracy. I was just going to bring that up.
To most people, that's a conspiracy.
It is a conspiracy.
Yeah. So what I'm saying though, take away all that. Let's remove that. Let's talk about what we can see. Chinese people are one of the most hardworking people in the world.
Yeah.
They're genetically throughout history programmed themselves and each generation to become better. With work ethic.
Yeah,
like the rice fields story. It's in Malcolm Gladwell's book. I can't remember the name, But anyway, he talks about 10,000 hours and about work ethic and about how people that become successful, it's all about opportunities.
Yeah.
So you could be the most talented person, but certain factors will limit whether or not you become successful. Doesn't matter. You could have an IQ of 180, but if you don't get to have the right opportunities, you don't have emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
You can be smart, but you don't know how to translate it. So anyway, getting back to Chinese people in the rice fields, Americans and all other countries would have bigger rice fields, but they wouldn't know how to utilize those rice fields properly. Whereas Chinese people worked with a smaller field, but they could utilize that smaller field and make more rice from a smaller field than what they could make with a larger field.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's teaching to get to have a higher yield with the smaller.
Yeah. So
with the
rice masters.
Exactly.
Apparently.
But that you could see that's how, and then that actually pays off long term, generational wealth.
Yeah. Chinese people are like ahead of the game because they're some are not. Like I remember my nan would say like Chinese people or just Asian people in general, their manners, they have elite manners compared to Aussies and that. Like definitely. They always like sit up when like they always stand up and let the old people take a seat.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice, quiet people. But it's just funny though because there's so much like on Gymshark.
Gymshark, yeah.
Gymshark's trying to pump up like, oh, gotta have like a black person there, gotta have a disabled person there, gotta have an overweight person there.
Yeah.
Always trying to be inclusive and everyone wants to put black people. Like even Netflix has like little section that says strong black leads.
Yep.
They're just trying to like favor them so much because they're painting them as like, oh, these guys are everyone's racist towards these guys. But then they don't even acknowledge everyone, so it's easy to be racist to the ones that aren't acknowledged.
Yeah, as the new kids like to say, the word of today is cringe. It's almost cringe-worthy to do that because you're being over the top.
Yeah, they don't
just
see that.
Why don't you just do it subtle and just say, okay, we're going to include black people and highlight that. Black Lives Matter, whatever agenda they want to push. But you don't need to do it over the top.
No.
Go extreme.
Go too hard with it. And they're just getting used as like pawns to push racism.
Yeah.
Because they're not getting racist towards them.
Yeah.
Even though they keep trying to even if they keep trying to rape they're trying to target them.
Yeah, definitely.
But then realistically you're forgetting about the Chinese that everyone's gonna be racist towards now because they're not painting a light on it.
Yeah.
But dude, have you seen Wild Black?
No, it's Wild Black.
It destroyed my mind. I was like,
what's Wild Black?
They're Wild Black, bruh. Their Snapchat's like hectic propaganda, so they always push LBGT stuff.
They push LBGT stuff. They push the age gap, relationship. So young people with older people.
Yeah.
Anything over 25 years.
Yeah,
I remember you showed me. It was like 62-year-old going out with
20-year-old.
20-year-old.
I think that's what actually happened last week as well.
Crazy.
But Wild Black, like it talks about like how black people have struggles, and then they focus on it.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you know, when a black person, it's always like kind of ridiculous. Like, you know, if you're black, you have a 50% more chance to die on the streets by gang-related issues. Like, because the gang-related issues are like, you look at the crime rate and stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's easy to debunk, but they act like they can't. Like, they're like, oh man, white people are getting rich from weed. Black people going to jail. Yeah. And it's like how like, you know, white people might have like big companies.
Okay.
And then black people might sell on the street and then they go to jail for it or whatever.
Yeah.
And they say it's unfair. Then now they said last episode it was like, oh, it's not a gun that's killing black people, it's a scalpel. And it's like talking about how black girls die when they're giving birth.
More so than white
people because they act like the doctors are racist.
Is that true?
Apparently. But you don't know what the factors are. They could be like, you know, they could be drug, like, there's many factors that could come into it.
Yeah, definitely. But
they act like it's because the racists and nurses and doctors.
It's like they've got no benefits to be. There's no benefits to being black at all. But I'm sure there are.
Yeah, there are
heaps.
Jump on, dance.
What do you mean? They're one of the most athletic people. They're crazy. Yeah, it's just crazy. And I don't think that they're any less intelligent than other people. It's all about opportunity, like we just spoke about.
Yeah, 100%. But it's like just based on they're trying to act like. They're trying to push it so hard that like everything's racist towards black people. Right? Yeah. Everything's bad. Everything sucks.
But don't you think it's I honestly think take away your color. It's all about mindset. This is what I said about, you know, you could come from the poorest country, third world. If you've got the best mindset, it'll take generations for you to build wealth. Unless you hit the big times with being an athlete or an actor or something like that. But if you're from a third world country. And your mindset is you see yourself being better than the situation you're in, your life is going to be better off. You might not.
Is this live?
Yeah, it's live.
I thought it's private, bro.
It's live.
Oh,
It's live. Anyway, so do you get what I'm saying though? So it's your mindset that will take you to security and to financial freedom and to making your family have a better life. It doesn't matter if you're third world or not. You might start off in a third world country, but then you might end up living in Australia, but still be in the lower income bracket. But still, it's a better life.
Yeah, you progressed.
So you're progressing. So it's all about survival, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all
like we're right now we're probably in between low to middle.
Us?
Yeah, we're not low, but we're not middle. Like middle is now almost what high used to be.
What's middle? Middle's like 100K a year. You reckon? 6 figures?
Exactly. So yeah, but no, I reckon middle is even higher than that now.
Really?
Yeah, it's raised. I mean, as inflation goes
120?
Up. Yeah, I reckon it's 120, 130. Anyway, so what I'm saying is, it takes generally generations to build wealth and to go up to a new class bracket.
Yeah.
So if you build yourself from low income to middle income bracket, then you've done well.
Yeah.
And you're making your family better.
Yeah, but that's the thing, man. They use these tools like while black, so it makes them seem like the victim. Or anyone. It doesn't have to be black. Color's got nothing to do with it, but they try and act like color's got something to do with it. So it holds people back from reaching their potential because they're too worried about the skin color rather than the mentality, because they can't pick apart someone's mentality. They can't be like, oh, this person's different from that person because, it's not their skin color, it's their drive and their motivation. But you can't, it's harder to try and like split people up and fight against each other.
Yeah, exactly.
If you got like a group of white people and a group of black people, say, this group of black people aren't succeeding as much as this white people because they're not giving them much.
Lazy.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't say lazy. They'd say like not giving enough chances rather than the white people getting picked ahead of them.
Yeah.
And then they can complain and then just keep going downhill.
Yeah.
But they can't be like, this group just works a lot harder. They're in here 10 hours a day compared to this group is like 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
Color's got nothing to do with it. Of course, the 12-hour, like the longer.
The thing is, it won't stop at skin color, mate. It won't stop at skin color.
No,
skin color. People will always choose. I think I can't remember who said it, but they quoted that if it's not color, it'll be your eyes. If it's not if it's not your eyes, it'll be you're born with certain type of hand structure or hair color.
Do that in the Asian culture or whatever?
Yeah.
Because I don't know, that's it. And I'm like, because Asian people look the same. Because even Africa with the Hutus and the Tutsis.
Yeah.
I think, I can't remember which one was which, but one was a bit lighter skin and one had like wider noses.
Yeah.
And that's, they just keep.
The slight variance.
Slight variance. Like, dude, they could, like, even us. Like, you're
it could be dialects.
Greener.
It could be dialects. You say things differently to a certain tribe or whatever. They'll pick you, and then there's a bit of racism there.
Yeah.
So there's never going to stop.
Yeah.
It's just why don't we toughen the mentality of people to not let words hurt you? That's what I was always taught by my dad.
Oh, dude, 100%.
Growing up, and we were, I know that we live in a country that has better opportunity than most countries, but still, it's all about the mindset. My dad always used to say, words can never hurt you. So when someone tells me something and tries to attack me, I cherish it, like I relish it.
Yeah, you gotta appreciate it.
Because then it makes me stronger, because if I'm hearing negative thoughts, then when positive hits, it's so much more exhilarating and the feeling's better.
Yeah. And even then, like, I was going to write a caption, like, Woody, sticks and stones might break my bones, but words will never hurt me. What do you think about this?
Yeah.
And see the perspective of people nowadays, how they think, because it's kind of altered. When we were younger, it was like, that was a good saying, and everyone was like, sweat.
Yeah.
But now, because
so much
hate speech and censorship, you can't even get hate. Like, it's cool when people throw hate towards you. It's like, wow, this is like freedom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because now you can't really throw anything.
It's like in a relationship when things are going too well, like something bad needs to happen. When bad things are happening, generally something good needs to happen. So it's the exact same thing when you keep getting negativity, or you keep getting too much. There's too much positive in your life. You need some criticism to grow.
Yeah.
If everything's going too well, you're going to get lazy. You're going to get content.
Yeah, that's it.
You're never going to motivate yourself to do something or step out of the box.
Yeah, so
you need what is it?
It's all about like
David Goggins. What does he say? Put yourself in but put yourself in the uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, it's like get uncomfortable.
Yeah, to be.
I can't remember. I said it once. I was like, you gotta be. Fuck, what is it? Be uncomfortable. They get very comfortable and they're very, I'm fucking comfortable. Everyone's like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Goggins, right? Do you follow him on Instagram?
Yeah. I don't have Instagram apart from the Get Keen, but
gotta go. Do we follow him on Get Keen?
I feel like the David Goggins book, you need to read at least twice a year.
Yeah.
Because it just once you read that book, it makes you realize that your life is just nothing.
Yeah, I know.
I mean that his life is. He didn't come. He's not a third world country type person. He didn't. He hasn't got. He had made his major disadvantages were racism and in his own mind and his dad and all that sort of stuff. But he's not coming from war and rape and all that sort of stuff. So, but it's still. We've got it easy. We've got it easier than he does.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter where you come from.
Yeah.
That mentality.
That's
mentality. Why it's such a good book, because anyone can read it and improve. You be from a third world country or whatever, and then you take the strength that he has, the mental strength.
Yeah,
it can take you everywhere,
mate,
anywhere.
You put a 5% of that David Goggins' mind set into everyone.
Yeah,
it will transform everyone into Super Saiyans.
Super Saiyan trunks.
Yeah, so no, good. That was a good topic.
Yeah, but it's interesting though, because see what happens in the world, bro. Social.
We're going to see what's going to happen after the pandemic and everything opens up, because there's a lot of places still locked down, and they're locking down.
America?
Well, no, in Australia as well. Sydney, New South Wales. Yeah, New South Wales
sucks. But America's they're trying to fight back.
What do you mean?
I don't know. They're not trying to fight back too much, but they're trying to. Some restaurants trying to stay open because they can't legally shut you down, can they? Victoria,
Melbourne was shut down, and then what they did was they opened back up, and then Sydney shut down. But what happens is someone will travel from Melbourne or Victoria to Sydney and come back and then come back to Victoria, and then Victoria will be in shut down again. It's what's going to happen.
There's nothing worse, man. Hotel quarantine breach again. I'm like, fuck's sake, bro. Stop sending them to hotel quarantine. Send them to the gym, bro. Send them to Coles, bro. Because, dude, no outbreaks at the gym, and they've got to shut the gym down first. Like, dude, no fitness person has ever got corona at the gym. I haven't heard one gym outbreak where one group of gym people have been shut down. No one at Coles, Woolies, no food store gets shut down. It's like the biggest beat. How could none of them be shut down in like 7 months? They should have like one guy get sick without knowing he's sick because he's asymptomatic. Yeah. And then he gives it to everyone in the town. But that doesn't happen because it's not real.
Yeah, well, anyway, so I just don't see why gyms were shut down in the first place. Well, when you have had stricter rules, what they should do, if anything in the future happens again...
Bro, I don't know anything about the fucking thing, bro. They act like they know... How could you get it from touching it? And then you wear masks. And then the masks... Apparently... I was saying that with masks. Anyway.
Keep going.
Dude, if you're wearing a mask,
yeah.
And that's to stop me from breathing, and then you inhale it because it's respiratory,
yeah, exactly.
Which makes sense. Yeah. That you transfer it from respiratory rather than if you touch something and then someone else touches something. It just morphs into like Terminator 2. It's like it's like the T-1000, bro. Anyway, but then you can take the mask off.
They're thinking that when you touch the surface, you take the mask off. You've already contaminated the mask, and then you put that mask back on, and then
I'll give you that gimpy call that still doesn't align my goals of if you take the mask off, but you can have a cigarette.
Yeah.
They can have a cigarette and give someone secondhand smoke, so you're going to give someone corona and lung cancer at the same time. Yeah. How is smokes not banned yet if they care so much about our health?
No, well,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want if anything happens again where we're in shutdown, they need to put in parameters and rules in place where gyms and exercise has to be the number one priority.
Why is it about the health?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. How is health not the main priority? They took away our health. Yeah. And mental health as well. Because when you take away physical health, you take away mental health, as our past topics have spoken about.
And financial stress as well.
And financial stress. So keep gyms open or keep some sort of fitness. You know what I'm trying to say? Keep fitness available for people, and it will keep the mindset healthy.
Fuck corona, bro. Sick of worrying about it.
Yeah, but there's still people. There's still countries going through this. So people need positivity. They need.
Yeah, I know, but it's hard to find it when the government's not on your side.
You need to install some fitness stuff in your homes. You need to.
Oh, dude, that's all I want to do.
You need a chin-up bar. Install a chin-up bar. Get some weights.
Do you reckon you move out?
I'm buying
this place.
Yeah, I'm moving out of this place, but the thing is, I'm going to invest in some gym equipment again, because if it happens again, you're left with nothing. All you're left with is running.
Yeah.
And running within a certain area.
Calisthenics.
Yeah, because if they do a radius again, restriction on 5 kilometer radius, you can't go anywhere. So you need to be prepared. People need to start investing in themselves.
Yes.
They can't get back into the mindset. This is what they can't get back into the mindset about. Before the corona, people were probably taking their lives for granted. Remember how we said pay for a day? If you had to pay for a day, how much would you commit to every single day and making it the best day possible? So you can't now go back and be lazy and be content. You need to say, okay, so much time was taken away from me during the pandemic, and relationships and internal growth. Start focusing on yourself, investing in yourself.
Yeah, 100, bro.
Setting up financial freedom, passive income, so then you can, when that happens again, you've got an income coming. Because you saw what happened. All these industries shut down. So why don't you find a job that's not gonna, if that happens again, where you can continue to work.
Yeah, it's not gonna shut down.
Yeah, food. IT,
Coles,
digital. Sorry,
Coles.
Anything food related.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut that down. What about essential stores? They're really gonna shut down.
Yeah,
but it's hard though, because you wouldn't really want to open a business, like considering.
Yeah, but depends what it is.
No, I'm not saying like a business in like online business. I'm talking about like you get rent for a restaurant.
Yeah,
that's risky because it gets shut down.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be opening a restaurant. That's not what you would be doing.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, it sucks for people that were kind of going to commit to that in a couple of years.
Yeah.
And then the pandemic hit, and now
I saw people opening up food businesses during the pandemic. I was like, what a bad time to be doing it.
Dude.
I mean, the grind and the work ethic, that's great, but you could have picked a better time.
No, it's hard because how would you know? Like,
well, you
didn't know a year ago.
Yeah, true.
Oh, midst the pandemic, yeah. But then people like maybe blue pill, and then I realized that it's going to go on for a while.
Yeah, anyway.
2021 is going to be hectic. But Christmas is coming soon. Get keen.
Get keen, everyone. Make sure you buy your family some presents.
And buy some Get Keen merch. Just the
merch will be coming out next year.
Oh, imagine that, dude. Fucking,
we'll be bringing out merch. We'll be bringing out some merch.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyway, we want some comments from the subscribers. Because we're back, everyone.
We're back,
but we're trying to take it easy.
But
we're not focusing on the red pill, purple pill, blue pill.
Yeah,
it's all about self-improvement. And some of you guys might not like that, but we're about internal growth. So we don't want you. No, we don't want them listening to the same. They can go and listen to their red pill, blue pill, purple pill coaches. But
there's no purple pill coaches.
Yeah, okay. We were the purple pill coaches. But
we were though. We're out of business. We're like,
yeah.
It's like Corona. We're like, God damn it.
No, but we're here to. They can go and watch all that.
Yeah.
And then they can come to us when they need time to de-stress from that stuff, because that stuff will get stressful when they always watch it. So they can come here just to de-stress.
Yeah, a couple of red pill brethrens talking trash, but we can't understand the game because a lot of people. It's kind of hard to find some people that can openly talk about it on the side.
Yeah.
Like if it's not your main focus, people still don't really talk about red pill stuff. Like, as in, every time you hear someone just talk shit, like Joe Rogan, it's like weird because, like, it's so hard to get to that level because it's like you have to be fake and act like you're real, but then be fake. Because I saw Tim Dillon.
Give me an example.
Like, Tim Dillon was on it, yeah?
Yeah.
And then they had Alex Jones on, and the conspiracy guys.
Yeah.
And they all know it's, like, BS, but they can't say it's all BS. So, like, they'll be talking about the election or whatever.
Yeah.
And they have to act like the election matters and, like, the results, like, who's going to win, Biden or Trump.
You gotta stop saying like, bro.
But who's going to win?
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they know it's all fixed and all premeditated.
Yeah.
They know it doesn't matter, the votes.
They got a script.
But they got to script it and act like, oh, so one dude will say, Tim Dillon will try and say too much, like, oh, yeah, like this, but that. And they'll try and, like, pull him back.
Yeah.
So
what do you mean? He tries to go too in on that is bullshit.
Yeah, like he'll go in too much.
Okay.
and then they'll be like, you can't break kayfabe. It's like fake. It's like wrestling, yeah.
So what's this got to do with red pill then?
Because people know about the red pill ideologies, but they pull back and don't act like they don't know.
Okay,
but they don't bring it up.
It's the same thing as when you meet someone in person, a guy, and you want to talk red pill, but you have to ease yourself into the conversation. You'll drop little inklings of red pill, like you'll say you'll ask them a few questions, and you'll assess whether or not they understand the real psyche of man and woman,
or even just in general. When Corona come out, some guy was like, "Oh, we're talking about it. This is like first party back, from the first lockdown, And then he's like, "Oh, they said this and they said that, and then they like how they always like change the goalpost." And then I was like, "Oh, this guy's red pill. He knows."
Yeah,
we can't both say it. It's all BS. We just have to just
and
slowly
some guys are red pill and they talk like that in a situation or a setting, and you know that they're red pill, but they don't define themselves as red pill, but they are. Yeah, they're struggling internally. It's like they haven't found the red pill community. Does that make sense?
Like
so they're speaking about it and they understand it, and it's frustrating them, but they haven't got anyone similar to them that they can talk to about it. And then when they find someone who like sort of gets what they're saying, they're drawn to it.
Yeah, they get exposure.
I've met a lot of guys like that who haven't really found the community of red pill. All you need to do is show them a few videos of Boa.
Yeah.
Boa, Toddy V.
Toddy,
AMS, all those guys.
Yeah, and I understand. Yeah, because the problem questioning like, why do the guys that treat girls like trash get them?
Yeah, exactly.
That type of thing.
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
and they get.
And they're confusing. They're like, I'm being this nice guy, but it's not working for me. Or I thought you were supposed to respect women and give them things, and it's
that's what they said they want, and they do it, and they're not keen.
Yeah,
that's why guys talk about girls so much. It's not because we're intrigued by how crazy they are.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I did this, but then it's like you have to hit him from all these different angles.
Yeah,
like, how's this done? It's like
it's definitely a strategy.
Oh yeah, it's not like
mind games, mate.
The mind games, man. It's another level. That's good though.
It's good. That's why, like you said, men are always more wittier and funnier people. Generally, we're funnier because
it's like you said, it's like throwing me under the bus.
No, what do you mean? No, let me go on. Let me go on to explain.
Like you said, though, girls aren't trash.
let me go on to explain. What you're saying is men constantly bag each other.
Yeah,
like women act like they're friends with. When a woman meets another woman, they're friends, and they try to please each other too much.
Yeah.
Whereas men, we'll meet each other, and then 5 minutes once we've met each other, we're bagging each other.
Yeah.
And it's all about testing the mentality,
and
the wittiness, and we're building our humor constantly.
Yeah.
So then when you meet women, it's almost like you're ready for war. You're ready for it.
Yeah, war prepared.
Prepared. So then you can go in and you can be witty, you can be smart, you're switched on because you're always in that zone.
Yeah, it's like human nature, just to test and practice and train with guys as well. That's why, we always bag guys because it helps us train with girls, but also it helps us test their character and them as people.
Do you remember when you're younger and you're about I think you're about from 12 to 14, and you're so witty and you start meeting girls for the first time, but you've been around men, like because I went to I've been around guys because I went to an all-boys school. But because you're always around boys and you're bagging each other, when you meet the girls, you're nervous first because it's the first time you're hanging out with girls, but you're not nervous in the sense that you find it hard to talk to them. But then once you start talking to them, your wittiness comes out because all you've been doing is bagging guys. And when you see the girls, they're like nothing.
Yeah.
But if you trick yourself into thinking that the girls are better than you, then that's when the guys always stuff up with girls.
Oh,
they're
trying to impress them.
That's
even when they're old as well.
But if you look at a girl like they're just your guy friend, then
with limits,
you're going to catch them.
You can't be as hard on girls though.
Sorry?
Like with limits, you can't be as hard on girls.
In what way?
Like catch can't like say this, like so with guys you can go a bit harder.
What do you mean? Patrice O'Neill always said your breath stinks or
that's kind of funny.
You look ugly.
Does he say you look ugly?
I don't know. He's basically saying that sort of stuff to a girl.
Guys call each other like fat fucks and shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
you can't say
no. We saw with that guy on Tinder. That news article where the guy bagged that girl who was overweight. She was overweight, but she wouldn't give him anything.
Oh,
remember that big story?
That was Sydney guy.
The Sydney guy who got basically, he was all over the news.
Did we put that one up?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
The story was that she denied him.
Yeah, rejected him.
And then he got really angry and then started shaming her, fat shaming her, and
it's kind of fair enough though. I mean,
she let him. She let him on. She let him on.
But she was keen, and then
not keen.
Then she wasn't keen.
Yeah, but
then this girl
they can change whenever they want, mate.
Yeah, I know. It's just like how it is the structure nowadays, where she was like a 5,
and
this guy was probably like a 7 to 8.
Yeah, but we already know that that's where it's going. Women who are a 5 out of 10.
Yeah, but it's just the man was frustrated.
Yeah, but women that are 5 out of 10 think that they're an 8 out of 10.
Yeah,
you grow in this generation. You grow about a 3 rating.
In girls and guys go down. Oh, because the 80%, 20%.
Oh, well, guys grow at a 0.5 rating, so like they'll go from a 6 to a 6.5.
Oh, they won't go up.
Why?
Oh, I mean, like they'll try and date up.
No, as in some guys, if they've got an ego, it might boost up and they have smaller margin. Women that are a 5 out of 10 think they're an 8 out of 10. Women that are 8 out of 10 think that they're a 10 out of 10. Definitely.
Wait, girls that are 5 out of 10 think they're an 8 out of 10 that deserves a 10 out of 10. So the 5 out of 10s go for the 10 out of 10s.
Yeah.
And then the guys that are 8 out of 10 get pissed off at the 5s for thinking they're too good.
And like we've spoken in our last videos, like OnlyFans and all these social media apps and websites that are coming about.
Some guy asked me if I had OnlyFans, bro. I said no.
Yeah, probably earn a decent living, man.
I'm like, I need money. I wonder how much guys would earn off OnlyFans.
Yeah, but you know what?
There's only gay guys. No girls are going to pay for OnlyFans.
No girls are going to pay for guys' OnlyFans unless you're a
celebrity.
Unless you're
even a celebrity, dude. I think one of the guitar guys. I think he only got like 10,000. I don't know how many.
They don't. Do you know what they don't realize? That girls aren't drawn. Like, yes, some girls will pay for guy celebrities, but naturally, a girl who is a stunner, just say she's a 10 out of 10 and she's not famous, she'll still think she's better than a celebrity.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Whereas you can be a really good-looking 10 out of 10 guy, a model, but you're not famous.
Yeah.
But you still won't think you're better than a celebrity girl. Does that make sense?
Celebrity girls aren't really that intriguing because if they're not that hot, they're kind of nothing.
What I'm saying is, girls that are just the average girl will think that they're better than celebrity guys. They won't. That's why they won't purchase. You'll see guys will purchase girls' OnlyFans.
Mm. Yeah, but the girls girls probably get like even 5 out of 10s get like so much dick pics that they don't even need to see.
That's what I'm trying to say. So, well, that they won't pay for any. Why would they pay for any celebrity? Yeah. They got too many guys.
Yeah.
Why would they spend any money? Yeah. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Whereas guys would spend. You could be the best looking guy. I think you'll still pay for an OnlyFans, even if you are getting girls.
It depends how much girls getting.
Yeah. If you're getting hundreds, then
getting hundreds a week, then you're probably right.
Yeah, you'll probably be right. But
you pay it like anyway.
But guys we're wired differently. It doesn't matter how many girls you're getting. You'd still pay for that sort of stuff because we constantly think about that. We constantly think about girls, whereas girls are always getting it. They're deterred. They're like turned off.
Oh, yeah. It's because they're not as horny as guys. Because obviously
it's emotional.
Production.
It's emotional and it's a build.
Yeah, and like guys want to obviously reproduce with as many as possible rather than girls selecting the best mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Which happens, bro. Happens. All right, I like how we say we're not going to talk about red pill.
I know, we went into it.
Fuck, bro. Could we talk about? No, I don't want to talk about that. Like, oh, dude, yeah. It's time to get Cyberpunk the other day, but didn't do it. Maybe today.
This lighting is full on.
Yeah, I know. I reckon the camera's too.
Maybe it's too tilted.
Maybe. Oh no, it's tilted, bro.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's better.
Oh,
Jesus.
Now we're looking keen.
What
are you doing this New Year's, bro? Any New Year's resolution?
Not much. I might go away with the family. Dad just bought a property, so.
New South Wales?
Yeah, New South Wales.
Did you buy property
Yeah, New South Wales. So just 40 hectares. So it's going to be good. A few camping and some shooting.
Taylor?
Yeah, I think it was over 200K.
Well, that's bad.
So it's not bad.
Is that doesn't have
it's just for
house on it?
No, yeah, it's got like a little like a not
200K.
It's not like a cabin, like a shed.
Yeah.
And you could probably eat in there and set up a few things.
Where's he gonna sleep?
You take up the caravan. You can take up the swag, shoot, ride your motorbikes.
Nice, bro. Maybe I'll buy one. Buy one next door.
Well, Dad, I think he wants something. He's winding down.
Yeah.
Mentally. Now he'll be going into that philosophical stage when you get older.
Like a yoga.
Dr. Papa Gig.
Dude, get a beard and just be hanging out in the mountains, bro.
Yeah,
just in the mountains.
With the glasses and
Dude,
just a cigar.
Yeah. Maybe imagine living in the mountains. Like
People
do it.
It'd be beautiful. It'd be beautiful.
I wonder how many people there.
Well, I always ask this question: are you a mountain or a beach person? Where would you rather live? Close to the beach or in the mountains? A lot of people say the beach because it's what other people think and it's what it's conditioned. It's conditioned to be.
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't go to the beach. Is alright. It's not that good. I mean, it's solid, but the mountains, like
the mountains are good whether it's cold or hot. Whereas the beach,
I just like the smell of the mountains, like
the beach
fresh air. You know.
Yeah, the beach isn't that good when it's cold.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's only
saying?
good when it's really hot, and then
the mountains can be good both.
I've never really been on both landscapes to the next level.
But naturally, they're supposed to be trees. There's less trees in the world, so
that's the weird disconnect that's happening now with animals and humans. Have you realized that?
No.
Like when I went to the museum, there was all these stuffed animals. I'm like, oh wow, this is what a rhino looks like because this is how big it is.
Yeah.
It's like weird. It's like seeing an extinct animal, but they're still alive. All these animals.
Yeah.
But I think they're trying to disconnect us to take us away from it, where everyone's just gonna be on their phones and working from home.
100%.
Because they don't want us to realize and remember what freedom fully is.
Yeah.
Like we think we had freedom, but really freedom would be out. Everyone acts like it's so hard living off the land, but dude, if you get the momentum going, you can easily live off the land.
If everyone plants. If they gave out free seeds, free food, and everything, they could constantly plant. You could constantly plant your food.
Yeah, 100%.
And regrow your food. Why do you need to pay for food?
Yeah, I don't think it'd be as hard as working 8 hours a day. You probably wouldn't have to dedicate 8 hours.
No, do you know what it should be like this? It should at least be like this. Fruits and veggies, everyone grows in their own house.
Yeah, I'm talking about not even houses.
Yeah, I'm just saying you have a little shed, everyone has a shed. Or there's local sheds all around the world that just build free fruits and veggies and grow it. And then so meat and all your other commodities.
Yeah.
You have to pay for. Do you get what I'm saying? So
yeah,
everyone's got
not even having currency.
Yeah, I understand, but I'm just saying we can't go to that extreme. I'm just saying go. Yeah, that's just too extreme. So let's.
It's not too extreme, bro. Probably a happier life.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that, but everyone's gonna be like, that's just not. That's not plausible, mate.
It is plausible.
It's not because it doesn't. You can't go. There's no way that we're going that. We're not going there. I'm saying
no. I'm not saying right now. It's never going to happen. We're going towards the Corona period.
But right now, you could still set up community gardens.
They'll be like, "Oh, is that 5K radius?" I'm like, "No. Where's your mask?"
No, okay.
They're not going to do it.
There's a couple of trees out here. You could have massive fruit trees right here.
Yeah, I know.
You talk to so many European people, Brazilians, Indian people. You walk down the street in their countries, and there's fruit trees everywhere. You just grab some fruit off the tree and eat it.
Yeah, you can easily set it up. I'm not saying you can't set it up.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So if you have to pay for all the other expensive commodities like meats, but you had free fruits and veggies, everyone would be healthier. Everyone would be happier.
You still have to work though on it.
Still have to work, of course, but that's better than. First, let's make the country happy. Let's make the world a healthier place.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking can we have freedom or we just?
Yeah,
how long does it take to hunt? Do you reckon? Do you reckon it takes a full day? Once you have everything set up, like your tent, like your huts, and once you have your living spot sussed out, near a river where you can get water.
Yeah, but that won't work with the population that we've got today in the world.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know, but too many people in the world to just go. Okay, guys, you're all going to fend for yourselves.
Not soon enough. There won't be.
Everyone will start killing themselves, mate. Killing each other.
Yeah, but they're already killing each other, bro.
Yeah, they already kill each other.
But today I'm gonna be right.
Of course.
You die earlier because of sickness and stuff. But then I'm thinking about it. Sickness, yeah. But humans are the only ones that get cancer.
No.
I mean, dogs get cancer as well, but it could be in the food. Or cats. But wild animals, do they get cancer?
I'm sure they'd get cancer.
How sure?
What do you mean?
What do you mean, how sure? I'm thinking
I don't know. You'd have to look it up.
What do you mean, how sure? I'm talking to myself?
No, but I'm sure they'd get cancer.
No, because I remember some dude was like, "Oh, don't put sunscreen on because, it's unnatural. Gives you cancer, like the sun."
Yeah, but I believe that the sun in Australia is much more severe than the sun in other parts of the world.
Yeah, apparently New Zealand's pretty hectic as well.
It's because the ozone layer. So the UVs are just I don't think it's even the UVs. It's just that the sun comes through.
Yeah, but
there's no protection. Obviously,
do you reckon with that?
We're going to adapt over time, of course, but we're not meant to. Australians, white people aren't meant to be in climates that are this severe.
Yeah, but how do we know that though? Like, are we 100%? Because we're all humans. Like, I mean, yeah, we get burned.
Yeah, but different. No, we've got different melanin.
burn.
Yeah, yes, but we've got different melanins. We've got different melanin, so we only need. I need less sun than what you do. You've got a dark. You're from Czech.
Yeah.
Your family's from Czech, so, and I'm Irish and English descent.
Yeah.
So my skin burns and goes red after 20 minutes in the sun.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like you'd adapt after like a month.
Yeah, you would. No. I go. Okay, if I went out in the sun 20 minutes, got my sun.
Yeah.
I would gradually darken, and my skin starts to absorb the sun better.
Yeah.
And then I can go out in the sun longer. That's 100% true. But what I'm saying is, living in this climate, it's too harsh on me so when the sun comes out, I can only go out for 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
Without a protection.
Do you reckon with years? Like if you always
my dad's a ranger, and he's supposed to be not out in the sun for more than 15 minutes, but his skin adapted.
Yeah, like if you're a savage, and you're always outside, and you're like me in between trees or whatever, and then you burn.
Yeah, you're not meant to be out in the sun all the time anyway. You're supposed to rest.
How do you know that?
No, we're not meant to just be standing out in the sun 24/7.
Oh yeah, but like under trees. I'm talking about like back when we.
I'm saying you go out into the sun. Yeah, even humans wouldn't be out in the sun 24. If you get hot, you go and rest under a tree. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Then you go back out when. Yeah, but you don't. Naturally, you see animals. They walk out in the sun. Then when they get hot, they'll go into the shade.
Yeah.
Humans don't do that. Humans just will stay out in the sun and get burned.
That's
animals go when they're overheating. Then they go and sit in the shade.
Yeah.
You see it. That's a natural instinct.
Yeah.
They're not idiots.
But yeah, so I'm thinking like you'd adapt pretty quickly. Like, dude, if you burn, the next time you go to the beach, you don't.
But I don't think we've been in this. I think the protection in the ozone layer has gotten worse.
I don't know. I'm not that old, bro.
Yeah. Anyway, so the sun. They say every person that comes over to Australia says the sun is more severe here.
Yeah.
So when they go back, the sun in their country is just this nice little heat on their skin. It's not like burning you and searing your skin.
Yeah. But we always go out to the beach at like when it's like the hottest. It's like the dumbest time to go on the beach.
No, but our sun, we don't get much sun here. But when we do get it, it's severe.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that's why it's funny because like, do any wild animals get cancer?
You'd have to look it up.
Is it because our skin's exposed?
You mean they've got more hair?
Yeah, Google's crazy. Like Google, be like, yeah, everyone gets cancer, bro. Because like the vaccine's covered. Just
maybe this is once you do a bit of research, this is another topic for another day.
Dude, because cancer they say it could be like in the toothpaste, could be in all this stuff, like the sunscreen. Everyone gets
cells.
Cancer.
Everyone's got cancerous. Everyone's got cells.
No, but why are we the only mammals that get it? I mean, other animals as well, like cats and dogs, but they're home cats and dogs.
Animals don't eat what we eat. Animals don't use product. Yeah, animals don't use products what we use.
Poisonous.
Yeah, of course. Of course, there's going to be things in. But this is what. Also, humans' lifespans have increased more so than other animals.
Yeah, I know, but what's my main point is that, we might live for 40 years in the wild or whatever and not have like the best medicine.
Yeah.
But we might be maybe healthier. We're definitely going to be maybe mentally healthier.
Yeah,
we're not going to be working.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. So we get an average lifespan increase of 30 years.
It's like social media. Social media lets you talk to a lot more people,
Yeah.
But it makes you feel a lot more lonely.
Yeah, because you're just thinking about other people's lives and you're not content with your own. So I understand. I understand what you're saying.
Something that if you
get a 30-year increase. So you go from the 40-year lifespan generally when you're in the wild to 70, 75, whatever it is for 78. I think it is for men.
Yeah,
you're not happier because as that increases, your mental health decreases. Because
you're working a lot more. You're trying to like live up to everyone else's.
You're working until 65 anyway. So then that lifespan of 77, the average. You're pretty much going to die the next 10 years.
Yeah. You're working yourself to the bone. You're working extra hours. You're trying to impress people you don't care about.
Yeah.
All this to live longer, to life you're not even happy with. Rather, if you're out in the wild, socializing, relaxing. I don't know how long it takes to hunt and stuff.
I know what you're saying.
My theory
You're
is
trying to get at if the world just stripped it back a little bit instead of going too digital, instead of pushing the agendas of hate speech and
just in general, like working and stuff. We're trying to strip it back to like primal state. If we were happier back then than we are now.
Yeah, why can't we just take a bit of that?
Like the Amazonians. You get Amazon and like obviously they're cool if you rock up, but if you could talk in their dialect and be like, are you guys happier or happy?
But they don't know.
I'm not happy.
But they don't know what it's like to be.
Yeah, I know, that's what I mean. That's why you just ask them if it's happy or their way of life, and you can kind of gauge like, oh, they only have like 2 hours a day.
Because a culture and their environment, the community would be much closer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Like everyone's becoming
sure there's different tribes that kill each other and fight, but that's just natural.
Yeah,
we still have countries fight against other countries. That's never going to stop.
Yeah,
but the actual each tribe, you want to assess whether or not they're happy or not.
Yeah, it's like back in the day, you know, everything's getting smaller. I'm all getting more and more lonely over time.
Yeah,
because back ages ago,
they're trying to create little homes where everyone just is in their little home by themselves.
Yeah.
And it's not there's no community. It's just you in one little house.
Yeah, and it's getting smaller and smaller by the year. Yeah. Like back in the day, remember the Renaissance fairs or whatever, like medieval style?
Yeah.
Where everyone in the community would kind of go to the thing. I don't know if it was every week.
Yeah.
But then they'd all congregate, hang out. Old people hang out with young people. They'd all know each other. Like this guy, the old people know the young kids. And then they'd all be like family.
Yeah.
Like a massive family.
Yeah.
And then they do that like every, I don't know how often, but if they did like every weekend, pretty sick. But then now it got even smaller. Back when we were younger, you'd kind of know your neighbors a little bit or know people on the street.
So they're going from where it was a community where you weren't even, like even people that weren't family were family.
Yeah.
And then they took that away. So now you're someone next door to you is just this random person and it's unknown and it's a stranger. Do you remember when like people used to say, don't talk to strangers?
Yeah.
Like, but your local community would be you talk to them.
You know, yeah.
And then anyone outside your suburb would be a stranger.
Yeah.
Did you remember? Do you remember that feeling?
Yeah.
And now they've taken that away. So now people within your suburb are strangers.
Yeah,
and now they're taking away almost even family. So you don't even see cousins and uncles because of what's happened.
The lockdowns.
And but even in the last couple of years, it's less.
Yeah,
I'd like to see
the social media.
Yeah, I'd like to see the amount of people that still have family gatherings. How many people have family gatherings compared to 10 years ago, compared to 20 years ago?
Yeah, because you don't feel like you need to catch up with them because you feel like you'll catch up with them when you see what they're doing online. Like you don't need to go, oh, how you been? Like what's been happening? Because you see, oh, I see you bought a new car online. So you don't need to organize a catch up.
Definitely.
So now you don't know your neighbors. Now your family's getting disconnected. You're going to be inside just chilling on your phone, so socializing with people.
Yeah.
And then now people are working from home because they realize you don't need to go to the office to work.
The importance of touch, of just touching other people, cannot be overstated. Like cannot be, it needs to be exaggerated. It needs to be pushed upon. Like when you touch someone, that's that connection, that feeling.
Yeah. It's like the bro shake.
The bro shake, yeah. How good do you feel when you meet up with someone and you give someone a handshake?
No, the bro shake.
Handshake,
Handshake,
bro shake, but even a hug, like just.
That's the beautiful thing about the bro shake. Let's go into the bro shake. This is the regular handshake.
Regular handshake.
But the handshake is like
it's more formal. So
it's more formal, and this is an unspoken thing. But every time you handshake someone, the first split second, you're judging them off their handshake.
Yeah,
like
of course you are.
That's why it's gay. Like kind of annoying.
Why?
Because you're judging it.
Yeah, but it's not. You're not going to
bro shake.
Why
is this guy handshake me too hard? Is he trying to out help me, or why is going to do soft as a handshake?
Yeah.
It's annoying, and then you have a weird disconnect because you're like sussing out their character. Like it's not like
But that's a normal thing. That's a normal thing between men. You're always gonna. The first thing you're determining how much respect you give to them.
Yeah,
they need it. Yeah, but that you're never going to just say I respect you straight away.
You're just judging the character of fucking.
No, but that's
judging the book by character.
But that's about
judging the goddamn.
That's life, man. That's life, mate. Life.
And then you got the bro shake, and the bro shake's like.
Yeah, but bro shake is when they've earned respect and they've got your respect and you've got their respect. Yeah, you're not going to give respect if you walk out and just gave respect to every single person.
I bro shake random people all the time when I'm like drunk.
Yeah, when you're drunk,
it brings you closer to them automatically.
Yeah, when you're
drunk,
drunk,
like it's all love.
Yeah, I understand. I understand.
Because dude, when you give the bro shake, there's like the more you grip, it's like the more you love.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not like I agree with what you're saying.
Not that you're gonna grip like their hand off, but
yeah, but
then you can bring in the bro shake for a hug.
That's not that. no matter what, that won't change because men will always. It's always a game of respect, and it's all about building respect.
It's not built upon a handshake. You don't handshake someone and be like, "Oh,
yeah,
so it's a weak handshake." So
no,
I don't
that's
like
not
it.
about. It's not about squeezing or not squeezing. It's just about. Some guys might not even handshake because it's just you've got. Some people believe you got to earn it even.
Yeah,
it's not. It's just about earning respect, mate.
But yeah, if someone doesn't handshake, that's just disrespectful.
But if some guys are
that's like disrespect.
Yeah,
that's like That's like a guy doesn't want to be part.
If some guy, but you can't tell someone that they're not respectful or they're not a good person if they don't bro shake you. It's not a thing. A handshake is a normal thing. And
no, I'm saying there's nothing wrong.
Yeah, but you're drunk, mate. You just said your example is you're drunk when you bro shake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the handshake's more formal.
Yeah, no shit.
Because that's the one you don't go up to someone bro shaking. I mean, you do every now and then. It's always sometimes you do. It's like pretty cool.
But there's stages.
They need to move it from the normal handshake to the bro shake.
Yeah,
it's like the normal
stages. They're not going to do. It's not. You're not going to do that bro shake if you haven't handshake them in the first place. You're going to walk up straight to someone and go, "Oh, this is Michael, and this is Andrew. Oh yeah, what's up, man? Yeah," and then like give them a bro shake and be.
Yeah, like that's because the it's like the handshake's like the one that you do.
Yeah, of course.
But I'm saying that instead of the introduction handshake, you do the bro shake.
Yeah, but it won't happen. It won't ever happen.
Yeah, I know, but that's like the thing of like disconnect.
It's a primal thing, mate. It's a primal thing. No, it's a primal thing. It's all about men. It's men. They're internally competing against each other, but we also get on with each other really well.
Yeah, but I don't know.
You're always going to be competing against other men.
That's like some people just saying like hugs. Like I might come up and
hug. I'll hug people that I know, guys that I know, but it takes time. I'm not going to hug someone that I haven't known for 2 seconds.
No, maybe I don't know. It depends. Oh yeah, you wouldn't do it when you're like sober.
It has to come natural. It has to come natural, mate. You can't just force it.
Yeah. So. Well, I don't know. I reckon the bro shake, bro. It's better.
Jesus, a little rant about just bro shake.
Dude, the bro shake's like unity, bro. The bro shake's powerful. The handshake's just
what about
always
the Arnold
too much
Schwarzenegger?
That is the bro shake. They just didn't bring it in for the hug. But you can't bring a handshake You can't bring a handshake to the hug.
Yeah.
And even when you do bro shake, it's kind of like not gay because you're like your arms like this.
Yeah.
So it's like how guys can like love each other.
Yeah, but still, some guys will do the bro shake and then they'll pull you and they'll be like, "It's a test." They'll be like trying to pull you. They'll pull you in. It's the same thing as a handshake.
Yeah, but they don't really do that as often.
They might handshake you like this down, so they're on top.
I don't know though. If they bring you in, it's like they just bring you in.
Yeah, but then you might just get brought in too easy, and they're just like, "This man's weak."
Oh, that's your own fault, bro. That's your own fault for not hitting the gym, bro. You should have been stronger. I think when you bro shake and then you go in for the hug, you got that the shield there.
All right, I'm over this topic. This is enough of the bro shake.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. The bro shake, bro. You feel so much more close when you get on the bro shake rather than the handshake. 100%. You can't even try and debate that. If you see something,
if anyone's gonna watch this, give us your opinion on whether you should handshake first or bro shake first.
Handshake or bro shake. I actually might put that as my like story cap. I think I just say the photo of Arnie and be like, "What's better, bro shake and then handshake, and then still per se." Because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the bro shake, bro. Nothing better than a good bro shake. When you're drinking with the boys, man, or you're drinking, you lost someone you haven't seen for a while. And he's like, "Oh, this guy, you see him," and then you just a bro shake. It's always the bro shake. It's never like the handshake when you're smashed. And when you're smashed, like. The closest.
Maybe. I think I think you give the handshake to someone that you might be intimidated to. Then, I think if you're meeting someone, if you're not internally okay with yourself, you're not at ease with yourself and who you are. I think if you're more at ease with yourself and you're internally content, you'll be open to give the handshake, the bro shake.
Yeah.
But I think if you're still struggling, you might be too tense. You might be thinking about it too much, and then you try to be formal. And you try to be all manly and be masculine, like you were just saying. Yeah,
that's because because you don't take risks. But that's why the handshake's always going to be like the normal one, the top tier. But I don't reckon the handshake should be top tier. So I'm thinking the bro shake.
But no, what I'm saying is
unity. You know, why
do we call it the bro shake? That's such a shit word.
I'm pretty sure everyone calls it.
Yeah, I know.
But the bro shake. No, I'm saying, dude, you know how people disconnect?
Yeah.
White versus black, gays versus straights, all this stuff. The handshake is. One of those things that's pulling us back from really bringing it in, being like, show the love, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Give us your thoughts on what you think.
Because when you're drunk, that's like when you're at ease, like you're less stressed. And that's why you always go the bro shake, because that's when you're in chill form.
Guys, guess what? It's time to go to the gym. It's time for us to wrap this up because early morning, we've still got things to do. You've got things to do. Hopefully some of our banter and some of our talk has started your day off well.
We always start to heat up at the end.
Yeah, we heat up.
Bruh. Andrew,
But
I can't even speak. I'm like half asleep.
Yeah, no, but we're heating up because this is a journey, long term. So we'll be back for another episode of Get Key.
We'll be back just for Christmas, hopefully. Hopefully.
Catch ya.